Hey, this, and I guess I'm gonna have to make a video, hopefully responding to two people at once. Mr. Bit and MacWord66. First, MacWord. Uh, MacWord. Well, how can I say this gently? You know why Mr. Bit doesn't upgrade all of his system? It's because he's doing programmings and he's also running a couple of servers, and that could be detrimental to his workspace, and it could destroy his entire work facility pretty fucking badly. That's why he can't afford it. He can't just get up there and get the new operating system and then run it. He has to do with what he can get right now. Maybe in the future he'll be able to update his new quad core. Yeah, he has the dual core iMac, about the same spec as mine, except that it's two. That it's it's 4 core. Yeah, 4 core. And but maybe down the road. But for now, there's not much he can do. So he has to do with so with his programming, he has to do with what he has. So I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about. But yeah, pay attention before you start bashing somebody. Now, I was going to talk to Mr. Bit not about the overclocking because and MacWord, by the way, iMacs have been overclocked before. Okay, they've been overclocked, and Apple even sold a version of iMac which was overclocked. Just to let you know. But what I was going to talk to Mr. Bit was just something else that confused me about this video, in which he basically was talking about liquid cooling. Liquid cooling, if Apple went mainstream, liquid cooling. What I don't understand, Mr. Bit, is what type of liquid cooling. The liquid cooling of where you plug your entire plumbing system into your computer, or well, it's a figure of speech. But or the liquid cooling that Apple used to use, which involved gel packs or a jelly light pack, which was very cool, and it did keep the computer pretty super cooled for a good period of time. I don't know why Apple dumped it, maybe because it was environmentally friendly, but they did have a form of liquid cooling on some of their Macs for a while. In fact, I think one of your Macs has liquid cooling to it. Uh, I think. I don't know. I haven't really checked, but they did have a form of liquid cooling. But if it's the one being plugged into the house, the main reason why Apple is never going to go with that, or most OMEs, is because they don't want to kill their customers. You know, they don't want to have put their customers' lives in danger or get them hurt badly. Because like you said, if you hook those wires up wrong, one of three things could happen. Either it will melt on you, it will spark up like a Christmas tree, and in some rare cases, and Zill said this will never happen, but of course, when you mix electricity and liquids together, you can sometimes get a pretty explosive discharge out of it, which could send you into the hospital looking like you just came out of Vietnam. So, yeah. I understand why you can't upgrade and why you have to use previous systems, and that's totally fine by me. And I don't care if OS 10 is set free. I seriously don't. I mean, if it is, it is. There's really nothing I can really do about it if Apple does. But if Apple goes with liquid cooling their computers, in which I have to plug my plumbing system in there, I'd be one of the people bitching at Apple on their stupid fucking mistake, because they pretty much put everybody's lives in danger by doing that. Uh, I'm not up for putting people's lives in danger, even if it meant overclocking. And yes, as I said to Mac Ward, Apple has sold a version of their iMacs and I think a few other computers which had overclocking capabilities, or that was overclocked. Uh, but as far as I'm concerned, um, if they went back to the gel packs, I'd be fine. Or the other form of liquid cooling that Apple used. But if they went to the plugging into the house home, Apple, I mean, it's seriously dangerous. It's complicated. And rewiring your house plumbing system to work with your computer is utterly ridiculous. And seriously, it's expensive. I mean, it's more expensive than it is to just go out and buy a computer. Uh, and you know this as well as I do, that because replumbing, you rerouting your plumbing in your house is not a cheap thing to do. But that's all I really had to say. But I have nothing against custom builds, and I have nothing against Apple if it's set free or any of those Hackintoshes. I don't care. Most likely, from what I've heard and rumor wise, Apple's probably going to set Mac OS 10 free anyways. But, well, what happens, happens. Oh, and I almost forgot. I know it's still DDR2, fully buffered, 8 gigs. I wish I had 16, but 8 is good. Even Mr. Britt would agree. But I got more RAM now. Ta da!